Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
That's
Hi, everybody. It's Glenn and Chloe from Up Late with Glenn and Chloe, brought to you by the Good Movie Monday podcast. We come to you each and every week with a hot drink or a beverage of choice, and we just spit out shit.
Well, you know what? That was fun.
I get to the end and I'm just like, I don't know.
I particularly like it's Glenn and Chloe from Up Late at Glenn and Chloe.
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah.
From when I said it 3 seconds ago.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's good
Hi,
to be
how
with
are you?
it's good to be with you. It's good to be with everybody. As I do every week, I recommend everybody go back to Monday and have a listen to the Good Movie Monday podcast. We had a bit of a cracker of an episode. It's a bit different this week because we didn't have any kind of run sheet or script. We just went off the cuff, and we had Joel Brady from Dead End DVD on the desk with us, and it was just, it turned out better than we anticipated. So go have a listen, everyone.
That's always a bonus as well when you improvise and actually goes well.
Yeah, I don't I don't want to do it again. Like it sounded much better than I thought at the time because we're recording and I'm just thinking, oh, this is a hot mess. This is a hot mess, but it turned out all right. So,
well, that's good. They seem sometimes to be like those little diamonds in the rough, you know?
Yeah, nice Aladdin reference.
Exactly.
Alrighty, there's so much going on in the last week.
A lot.
Movie news, and given the fact that I just enjoy playing games a lot more on these videos, we may as well run through them quickly.
Let's do it.
And let's face it, it's the games that get us the likes on TikTok. So,
well, not only that, but I feel like we kind of just I don't know, it's less stressful, it's less informative, it's more just like fun banter, which is what I like. Yep,
totally. Let's have you got some movie news down? I've got heaps.
Yeah, should we start off with Violent Night with what's his name, David Harbour?
Yeah, I know. Yes.
How sick does that sound?
Well, I mean, every single year they come out with another Christmas horror film, which, is great. I think last year's wasn't so much horror, but it was Fat Man with Mel Gibson, or maybe that was the year before, but there's always something, and that's this year's flavour. It looks fun, like I love a good Christmas genre film, so bring it on as far as I'm concerned.
It's giving me Die Hard like vibes, and I'm all here for it, honestly.
Now the guys at Monster Fest are pretty tight-lipped when it comes to programming. Very rarely do they sort of bring me into the loop of what they're programming unless I'm involved with it in some way or another. And I said to Ben the other day, and Jared, this new movie Violent Night looks fucking good. Tell me it's on the Monster Fest schedule because Monster Fest is at Christmas time. And they didn't say no, but at the same time they didn't give me an answer, so maybe.
Oh, how exciting! Yeah, that was good. I'm super into David Harbour. He's he brings up all those confusing feelings,
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Season 1 or season 4?
Season 4. Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, even season 3 is good too.
Yeah, you gotta love. Yeah, I mean that gives people like me hope when someone with padding is catching the eyes of ladies. Because there's no way I'm going to get to season 4.
I mean, that's you don't need abs. It's nice, but I mean, it's not needed.
Alrighty, moving on because that's not going to happen. What have we got? Also, I read only yesterday that Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and Matt Damon are returning for another Oceans movie, Oceans 14.
Oh.
And this is something they said they wouldn't do. They said that it was the end of the line with number 13, and then Oceans 8 came along to sort of recalibrate and do a spin-off. But at the same time, they've said that they would never come back. They only came back because Steven Soderbergh had a good new direction to take the franchise, and that it was, a step up from what the last one was. And I mean, you've had a few cast members die since, and so they've really got to think of a way to do it sort of that's, respectable and just worth us paying some money to see.
Yeah, and I think I'm sure they'll find a way to do that, but it's just like, are there no new interesting roles for these guys to take? And that's why they are doing it again? Like, surely these guys have big enough names to get some good movies.
Well,
surely this isn't just making some money for them. It's like an easy job just to make money.
Well, I did see Ticket to Paradise, and I'll tell you what, it's a fall from grace. Let's just put it that way. It feels like a Hallmark movie.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, I mean, I could kind of see that coming, to be
Yeah,
fair.
everyone could. It was a Ticket to Paradise. It was a free ticket to Australia for the actors, and that was a holiday. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, not some nice weather during the pandemic and making some moolah while they could.
Yeah, but anyway, don't bother with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And last night, if you watch our YouTube or Facebook videos, we did a bit of a reaction / review of that. So, if you
Yeah.
want my take on it, watch that. And
Speaking of
another.
hot takes,
Ooh, nicely done.
right? That is the new name of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard court case movie that is being released at the end of this month.
Which is
Um,
a Tubi exclusive.
To be exclusive, exactly, which I was going to say, because I mean, you love Tubi. You're always recommending things on Tubi to me. So I thought of you straight away. And, when the trial was on, we were always talking about it. So I don't think I'm going to watch it.
No, it's going to be,
It's
going to be terrible. And when we say that I recommend things on Tubi to you, let's just lay down a little bit of context with that, because it's always the back catalogue stuff that I'm recommending. It's the stuff they've acquired. The Tubi originals.
Always. Oh, no, I never said that.
No, the Tubi originals are different, and they are very, very poorly, cheaply made movies. And sometimes there's merit. They did a War of the Worlds one, which is just gloriously bad, but you watch it kind of because of that fact. This is going to be the same. This will be something that you watch just because it's so bad and it's compelling. It's not going to add anything to the story, because we could watch the whole trial again because it's all up online.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. What are they going to bring to it? What's the point of it? Because it's all accessible.
Yeah, this is the reason that they pumped it out so fast, is because they hardly even need to write a script, because the script is written. They just have to condense it down.
Lazy movie making. That's what that is.
I hope they make it as trashy as possible, though.
I have no doubt. No doubt whatsoever.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll do flashback sequences to what's been described.
Oh, that would be good.
Will Amber take a dump?
I want to see this dude be Johnny Depp. I honestly want to see this.
Yeah.
That I do want to see. I don't want to watch the whole thing. I just want to see how he does Johnny Depp.
I want to see Amber Heard pop a squat. That'd be hilarious.
Ugh. Okay. Ugh.
Anyway.
Jesus. Anyway, moving right along.
I saw that Keanu Reeves is stepping back into the Constantine universe for a sequel, which doesn't excite me in any way. I feel like Keanu Reeves now, at this end of his career, yes, he's still making some great movies, but he's relying on and tapping into previous successes. So nearly everything he's pumping out in the last 5 years have been a sequel, or they've been prequels, or that kind of thing, or something that he has already cashed in on.
Yeah, it makes him happy.
So, like, if you trying to think of it, like, you name some movies, like you've got the John Wick movie, so he's doing a number 4. Well, that's a guaranteed moneymaker because he did 1, 2, and 3. Bill and Ted, well, that was a legacy sequel. He shot to fame because of that. So everything he's doing is just, there's nothing really substantial or original coming from that man at the moment. And I feel like he's kind of losing his mojo as well.
Oh, that's sad. I hope he doesn't. I hope he gets back onto the bandwagon. But
that's just my take. He may have his reasons. That's just my take. But what else you got there?
He's too generous and gives to too many charities, so he just needs to cash in on those big blockbusters so he can make the monies to give to the charities.
I'm sure he's a decent bloke, probably salt of the earth, but we're the ones that pay to watch these movies, so don't rip us off. That's
true too. Maybe he's the Robin Hood of the movie making business. He steals from us and gives to the poor, Keanu, I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt,
Sure.
Oh, Keanu,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't do it with Keanu.
Modest. If only I could do. If only I could do Alex Winter, I'd meet you halfway there, but I can't.
And you do any impressions?
Oh, why? Why? Why
Can you?
would you?
You can, can't you?
Yeah, legitimately off the top of my head, I can't think of any, but I can. I just maybe remind me next week, and I might do some. But I
All
can't.
right. I'm going to set that up for next week. Think of it, and I want you to rehearse it and fine tune it.
All right. And if I think of anything before we wrap up tonight, I will just lay it out there.
Perfect. I had something very interesting happen today. If you wanted to hear about it.
I sure do.
First of all, I started watching Pinocchio, the new one. I'm very, very hungover today, so nothing took. And I wandered away and fell asleep.
It's pretty awful.
I don't think it was awful, but it just didn't capture me, you know. But I felt a little bit better a little bit later and decided to put on The Hobbit just for some comfort viewing, you know. And the kids were wandering in and out, and nothing was too violent. Nothing's too violent in the first sort of little bit of it. And my 3-year-old came and sat with me and was watching the scene with all the dwarves in Bilbo's little cottage, and he was laughing and talking to me about it, and like I almost shed a tear. I was so happy. You know, like it was just wonderful. So anyway, I thought maybe the viewers would appreciate that when something means so much to you and your kids like get in on it, especially at a young age. It just gives you in the feels, you know.
It's a wonderful moment.
It was really lovely.
And meanwhile, like, were you thinking to yourself, see, that's how you wash the dishes. That's how it's done.
No, that's how they do try to wash the dishes.
Yeah.
And they're not as coordinated or as tactful. They try, you know, they try.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I look like when I wash the dishes because I'm like a dwarf. Like, I'm short and stumpy and, you know.
Just chuck it. Why not? Mel will fix it.
I mean, do you want my impression of me washing the dishes? Like in the sink?
Yes. Do you want my impression of me washing the dishes?
Yeah.
I don't. I make my husband do them.
Wonderful. We had that horrible thing recently where the dishwasher was out of service for a few days.
Oh no.
I know.
Jeez,
and then like, yeah, well that's pretty much what happened, but also there's the fact that like myself and my wife have different methods of washing dishes when we have to do it by hand, and
yeah, and so like you do it the wrong way and she does it the right way.
You know, that's one way to look at it. And but the benefit there, it's to my advantage because she's like, let me fucking do it, you know, like.
Yeah. You guys have it all worked out. I know.
Oh, I mean, but the thing is, you know, if she was, you know, be careful with what I say right now.
She does watch these, Mel. I get you. I do.
But I mean, at the end of the day, they are gonna be clean at, you know, the end of the whole process. So she could go and watch television, like finish Gossip Girl or whatever she's doing, and then I'll do it happily.
Well, good. Yeah, we have this control issue. Women, we do. I'm not speaking for all women, obviously.
No, the funniest one for me is where I will offer help all the time. Would you like help with that? No, I need to do it. Okay, no worries. You know, do you want help with that? Yes. No. Blah 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 blah. Or I will do it. Oh, you've done it the wrong way. Just leave it to me. And then you get the whole, you never do anything. Like, wow.
If my husband watches this tonight or when it comes out, he's just going to be like, yes. He's going to look at me, he's going to show me, but he goes, yes, that's what he's going to do.
I'm going to send him a message and say, hey, you must watch this one. If you're ever going to watch one,
you don't know us.
Yeah, that's gone on TikTok. Men of the world.
It's the TikTok.
What are we up to? Look, I forgot to hit not record. We're recording, don't worry. But I forgot to hit the timer to know how long we've been going for. And so if we go a bit over, you know, you're welcome, people. But I reckon we are just about at the game time. But I did want to touch on the fact that Indiana Jones 5 has had a title reveal, which is very disappointing to me because they've just named this one Indiana Jones.
I did see you commenting on this one, actually.
It's the smallest bone of contention because it's just the title, right? However, you've come 4 installments, right, with an adventure as the title. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, like they've all got an adventure attached to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one doesn't. It's just Indiana Jones. I don't kind of like that. It's put me off a little bit just to begin with, even though I'm mega excited and I think this one's going to be a banger of a movie. But yeah, so there you go.
I honestly, I'm kind of with you on this. I think that the first movie maybe should just be Indiana Jones, and then the follow-ons.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you have your adventure titles. Kind of doesn't make sense to put it at the end.
Because interestingly, like the very first movie was Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's how it was released. It was just Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
And when they turned it into a franchise and it was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, it was when it hit home video that they rebranded it. So
yeah,
it was
okay.
Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. So
Oh, interesting. There you go.
yeah, but I mean, they know, like, as far as the Harrison Ford tenure goes, this is the final one. He's not going to be doing any more, right? Because right from the get-go, they did agree to do 5. Right from the start, it was always going to be 5. It just took longer than they anticipated to get there. But the fact that that was the plan from the start, don't try to change things too dramatically now, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and it's just a title. I'm sure the movie's going to kick some ass. I think it's looking good with the production and whatnot, and I believe there's some very exciting character returns from Raiders. I think John Rhys Davies is coming back, which is fun.
Yeah, I saw that. Just one other thing on the title. How I see it is you'll have Indiana Jones Raiders. You'll have Indiana Jones Crystal fucking whatever that stupid
Skull,
movie
yeah.
was. And then you'll have Indiana Jones, and people are like, well, which one? Oh, the 5th one, because it has no adventure title.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
That's frustrating.
It's not good for conversation.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
carry on. Sorry.
No,
that just popped into my mind. Like, that's irritating.
That is a great point. And if Lucasfilm are watching this, rethink.
Which they are.
Rethink.
Yeah. Agreed.
Alrighty, so game time. What do we want to play?
Well, I have a few for you. I have the true or false trivia for you again.
I have some of those.
I also have some would you rathers. And
Cool.
I kind of upped my game this week with that because you threw me through a curveball last week. So
well, I didn't. It was just not what you expected.
Was it?
So I also have true and false, but I would like to do it the way you did last week with like a shotgun rapid fire.
Yeah, let's do it.
Then I've got 2 would you rathers. Then just as backups, I've got some movie opposites, some trivia questions, bad movie descriptions, and taglines.
Oh, you're good. I've got none of those.
I've been building these up over the weeks. We just haven't got to them.
All right. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll do a rapid fire with you. I'll read them out if you want to have a go.
Like yeah, absolutely.
True or false?
And just keep in mind, mine are Disney edition, so mine are all Disney based. All right.
Okay, sure.
Because we've had so much Disney talk over the last couple of weeks, so it's in my brain, and that's what it is.
All right, I'll go first. So, what are we doing? We do a timer, don't we? You did a timer. I'm going to copy what you did. So
okay, and we're going to have a countdown.
Your time starts now. True or false? John Hughes wrote Flubber.
True.
The sequel to Saturday Night Fever was directed by Sylvester Stallone.
False.
There is an American Psycho 2.
True.
The first full feature-length film was an Australian movie.
First ever?
Mm-hmm.
False.
George Lucas started his career as a director of photography on pornos.
False.
And there are 8 movies in the overall American Pie franchise.
True.
Okay.
My God, I've got all of those wrong.
You didn't. You got a lot of them wrong.
Damn it.
So, yes, John Hughes wrote Flubber.
Yep.
Sylvester Stallone did direct the sequel to Saturday Night Fever. Can never get that out.
He did.
Yes, it was called Staying Alive, and the character went from disco dancing to Broadway dancing.
Staying Alive. It's not as good as my Keanu. Keep going.
Okay. American Psycho 2 is a thing. Do you know who the lead actress was?
Actress?
It was a girl serial killer.
Oh. No, I don't. Who was it?
Mila Kunis.
No, really?
Mm-hmm.
She's who I'd turn for. So
There you go.
that's interesting.
Yes. What do we got next? The first full-length feature film was an Australian film. It was the story of the Kelly Gang. I think it was 1909.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And George Lucas did not start his career in pornos.
What did I say to that? I said false.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
okay, good.
8 movies in the overall American Pie franchise. There's 9.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
They're like the Fast and the Furious movies. They just keep going and getting shitter as they go.
They do. Well, interestingly, you could say that, but I think the 4th official American Pie film is as good as the first one. And when you talk about the American Pie Presents spin-offs, the last one they did, which was like a year and a half or 2 years ago, was quite good.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But
they did it. They did the gender reversal. So it was a girl group of girl group of Sheilas. It was a group of Sheilas. It was a group of chicks, all like, you know, with their eyes on the guys in the prize, and trying to think who the main guy they had their eyes on was, because he's been in a few things. Oh, no. He's in a new show that that Mindy Kaling wrote about the Indian girl.
Oh, the black-haired guy in that.
The older cool one that she's in love with.
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
Yeah, so it's called American Pie Presents Girls Rule.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so your turn.
My turn. All right, it's Disney edition, which I've said 6 times already.
This could go either way.
All right, are you ready?
Impersonation number 1.
Hey?
That was my impersonation number 1. You asked me if I did any impressions.
All right, ready? And the timer starts now. Elton John sang the hit song You'll Be in My Heart, which features in Tarzan. True or false?
False.
The army Mulan sets out to save China from are called the Huns. True or false?
Oh, true.
Silencio Bruno is a popular saying from the hit musical Encanto. True or false?
True.
Frozen was released in 2016. True or false?
Tentatively say true.
Figaro the cat is black and white.
Sure.
Tom Hanks voiced the Buzz Lightyear toy in Toy Story.
False.
In the original storyline of Aladdin, he was going to have his mother appear in the film.
False.
And Bruce the shark from Finding Nemo is named after the mechanical shark used in Jaws.
True.
Ding, ding, ding.
What did I get wrong?
A few this time, actually.
Yeah, I thought
so. So Silencio Bruno is actually from Luca, which is that really cute little Italian film, and I just love.
Yeah, it's the one that we disagreed on because I didn't like it and you did.
I can't believe it. I'll rewatch that with my kids over and over. I thought it was just the cutest. But yeah, they say Silencio Bruno because they think it means like that's just how people talk. It's really funny.
Well, we don't talk about Bruno.
It would trip you up because Bruno is one of the main characters in Encanto. So
yeah, but no, we don't talk about Bruno.
See, we don't talk about Bruno.
No.
Frozen was not released in 2016. It was 2013.
Yeah, that was the tentative one. I couldn't backtrack it. I'm trying to think how many movies have been since.
Yeah.
Because that's how my Disney brain works, because I go in the chronological order of how many there've been.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go backwards.
I was thinking about that, and I can't believe it was that long ago. It doesn't feel like the hype of it was that long ago, but I also don't remember a Disney movie being hyped up that much since like The Lion King or something like that. So it's
definitely Disney blockbuster stuff. It's the biggest thing since the 90s, I think.
I reckon it sparked that whole new generation. Anyway.
Yeah.
And in the original storyline of Aladdin, his mother was going to appear in the film.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
There you go.
See, there my brain was going back to the true story of Aladdin.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think, is there a mother in that? And I'm like, I have no fucking idea. So.
Yeah. Well, they didn't think it would sort of track with the storyline that they were aiming for, so they decided to cut those scenes out, apparently. So there you go.
Cool. And do you know the reason why Robin Williams didn't return for the second Aladdin film?
No, I don't.
So he made an agreement with Disney to take a substantially lower paycheck for the first one. And the deal was that they could not use his voice or his likeness as the genie for any marketing. And
Oh.
and they did. And so they broke the contract, and he was ropeable, and I think he sued them. It was a big deal at the time, and it was like this, family-friendly Disney, like fucking over one of Hollywood's best.
Yeah.
And they eventually resolved their differences, and that's why he came back for the third one.
Interesting. So who did the second one? Do we know?
Yeah, Dan whatever his name is, the guy that plays Homer in The Simpsons.
Yeah, Castanello or whatever his name is. Yeah, right, okay.
I didn't have the guts to try and pronounce it all the way to the end, but good on you
I'm
for
pretty
giving
sure
it a
I
red hot
butchered
go.
it and got it wrong, but
No.
Damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. That was good.
Not bad, not bad. That was fun. What do we got now? Would you rathers?
Yeah, let's do it.
I've got 2. How many do you have?
I have 3, so I'm going to go first.
Yeah.
All right. So my first one, you have the choice, okay? Your first choice is you can be abducted by the aliens from E.T.
Okay.
You can learn about all the secrets of outer space. You can learn about the beginning of time, how everything started. You get to come back to Earth with all of this knowledge, famous worldwide because you've brought back the secrets of outer space in the beginning of time, okay? Or you can be abducted by the Predator or the alien, Schwarzenegger or Sarandon. Is it Sarandon?
No, it's Sigourney Weaver.
Weaver, that's right. So either one of those, you get to defeat the Predator or the alien, who are trying to take over the world, by the way.
Yep.
And then you get to be this macho action hero who's famous worldwide for saving the world.
Okay.
So which one would you choose and why?
It's a very complex proposition. So with the first scenario, do I get anal probed?
Well, I'm going to leave that decision up to you.
Really? Because
I'm going to suggest that E.T. tries.
It's a good
but
finger.
You have the choice.
Yes, if that's the case. Definitely E.T.
Yes to probing.
Yeah, the whole proposition, the whole scenario sounds very appealing to me.
Which one?
The first one, the E.T. one.
You'd have knowledge over macho.
Yeah, totally. And not only that, like just an adventure. Like it's reminds me of Cocoon, the movie Cocoon, where all the old people go off with the aliens to live eternally. Like it just sounds fun.
Cool. There you go. See, I learn something new about you every week, Glenn.
Yeah, there you are. Like anyone that's very close to me and knows my personality back to front would know my answer to that one.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I would choose the macho one if,
Yeah, but you are a kick-ass fucking wrestle chick, so, that makes perfect sense. I'll let you defend the world. I'll go have fun.
See, that's what makes it such a great team. I'm Batman and you're Robin, so
there you go. Well, yeah. Okay, I'm not... Let's pick another superhero combo, please.
All right, you go.
Okay, would you rather bring back River Phoenix from the dead or Heath Ledger?
River Phoenix.
Wow, didn't even think about it.
No. No. Christopher Chambers was everything to me.
So that's the
and young Indy. So
yeah, so they're the roles of his that come to mind when you think of River Phoenix.
That's the first role that comes to my mind is Christopher Chambers. Absolutely, 100%.
Of course.
Yeah,
it is.
don't get me wrong. I love Heath Ledger, and Two Hands is probably one of my favorite Australian films. Albeit I can't stand listening to them talk, but yeah, I just feel like River had a rough go of it, man.
He did. Yeah, my go-to River Phoenix movie when I think of his name is probably The Mosquito Coast with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a great one. That's the one that, because Harrison Ford played his father, Harrison Ford put him in the the ring of contenders for young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
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 Awesome. All right. What's the next one?
All right. So it's inevitable. Okay. One of these two things is going to happen, but you have to make your choice as to which way you want to go.
Bring
All
it.
right. Sparkly vampire from Twilight. Teen Wolf, Bateman style. Not
Well,
Michael J. Fox, Bateman style.
That's a no-brainer. Everybody knows I prefer Teen Wolf 2 to Teen Wolf 1. So.
Well, I mean, I kind of figured this is the way it was going to swing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you'd rather be hairy than live forever.
Well, he's not always hairy. He's only hairy when he needs to be.
I mean, whenever you play basketball, you're going to be hairy. So
I just choose not to play basketball.
Oh God! But you're a Teen Wolf. You got to play basketball.
Yeah, but I mean, no, I definitely go Teen Wolf. It's cooler. I mean, who wants to sparkle?
Me, I'd sparkle. Love me some sparkle.
You're a kick-ass wrestling world-saving sparkleite.
You know, I may just have to start wrestling and come up with all these wrestling.
Because I mean, really, I mean, you know how. Think about this, right? So the older you get, the more leathery your skin becomes, right? Is that that's kind of thing? So you would eventually start looking like a pencil case.
Is it like a sparkly pencil case?
Yes, because pencil cases, like in primary school, most girls had sparkly pencil cases. They were glittery.
Yeah, I never had the glitter one. I had the one that had the 4,000 zips on it. You know, when you open it all up. Do you remember those from Smiggle? No? Is that just me?
Well, firstly, you go and bring Smiggle into the conversation. Shows you how old I am because we had no fucking Smiggle. We didn't even have Office Works.
This is when Smiggle like first came out, all right? Don't start getting on the...
When Smiggle first came out, that I was buying shit for our kids.
Yeah, I was like 13 maybe.
Yeah.
13, 14. And one of their first products was that small little mini pencil case that had like 4,000 zips on it. And for some reason, you just open them all up and all your pencils would fall out. I don't understand what the point of it was, but my pink Motorola flip phone was literally my life.
Although you've never been to high school unless you've made one of those wooden box pencil cases with the...
That's true. I did have one of those at that point too. Yeah. And the one that you put your cardboard initials in and it spelled your name out in those little plastic pockets. We've just lost all the Gen Z audience.
Thank God for that. All right.
Bye.
Well, who are we up to? Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Same question, different people. Who would you rather bring back from the dead, Chris Farley or John Candy?
Farley. And I know people will not like me for that, but I do love SNL so much. And
Fair enough.
I would have to go Farley.
Fair enough. And he had a lot of potential to reach still. Like John Candy.
A lot of potential.
Even though John Candy was young when he died, he had done far more work than what Chris Farley had done at that point in time, you know.
Yeah.
And some of the funniest stuff ever put on film was John Candy.
Yeah.
I'd bring back John Candy just because of what he gave to us. Yeah, but I love Chris Farley too. You know, I feel more like Chris Farley every single day because I'm getting fatter, right? And I just feel like big guy in a little coat. Big guy in a little coat.
When I get mad at my kids, I'm like, fix your shit or you'll be living in a van down by the... And they're just like, okay.
Like, you're a fucking idiot, Mum.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll be an idiot. And look, if my mother was sitting in my spot right now or she was sitting next to me, she'd slap me for saying Farley because she, like, Uncle Buck is like, apart from the original Annie, which I know you hate, Uncle Buck is like her favorite movie. So for me, not saying John Candy, she'll be devastated. But
yeah. Well, I'm on board with your mum. Your mum's sort of close to my generation, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Have you done Uncle Buck on your show?
Not yet.
Awesome. Well, I hope you do when you return, and I just want to just put this out there that when you do return and start, talking about movies that are, mean something to both of you, if I can put a recommendation in, I would like to do that at one point in time. So maybe
A recommendation for a movie?
Yeah, that you should talk about.
What is it? Tell me.
The Big Steal, the Ben Mendelsohn, Claudia Carvin Aussie rom-com. It's my favorite rom-com of all time. It's just the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, I think you'd love it.
All right. It's an Aussie movie, so it's going to be hard for me,
Yeah,
that.
But it's like an Aussie John Hughes movie, and it's just so wonderful. And Ben Mendelsohn, when he was like Aussie Ben Mendelsohn, it was great. It's got Damon Harriman before he made it over in Hollywood. It's a banger movie.
What's it called?
The Big Steal. It's got a pretty lame poster of it's got him and Claudia Carvin sitting on the bonnet of a Jaguar that's covered in graffiti on the poster. The Big Steal. I think it's 1992.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, awesome soundtrack.
I don't think I've seen this, but who was I speaking to? I was speaking to somebody, and this is their favorite film, and it wasn't that long ago.
Probably me.
No. You know who it was? It was my old co-worker before I got into this new job.
Yeah.
Gary, shout out. Hey, Gaza. This is his favorite movie, and he was telling me he would watch it at least, biannually. So I've seen the poster.
That sounds just like me. It recently got a Blu-ray release, and it's just glorious. It's also on Amazon Prime, so you've got easy access to it. But anyway, do we have any more Would You Rathers before we wrap up?
Yes, it's 1990, i.e. the year I was born.
There you go. And there's me renting it from the video store.
All right, so my last one. You can only pick one of these genres to watch for the rest of your life, and there can't be overlap.
Okay.
There can't be crossover of these two genres. It's either one or the other.
Sure.
And I know what the answer is going to be, but
you're going to go family or horror, aren't you?
I'm going to go comedy or horror.
It's a tough.
There's no overlap.
No. I would probably go comedy if I had to choose.
Oh, okay.
Even though there's no overlap of horror into the comedy, we've got to strike that. The fact that comedy then can incorporate more drama and other genres means I could probably get a lot more out of comedy, whereas horror, you can't quite get that. So if I'm not allowed to get any laughs out of horror because that's stricken off your criteria, then I'd go comedy because I love to laugh and I love good drama. So something like Terms of Endearment, which is like fucking hilarious, but also heart-wrenchingly tragic. Like that I'd get more of an emotional reaction from that than I would a horror film.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I actually thought you would say horror, but there you go.
Well, horror overall is my preferred genre, and because of the emotional connection I get with horror, it's more adrenaline based and it's exciting and exhilarating. Whereas comedy, it's a different emotional connection, but it's an emotional connection I would probably rather hold on to for a long period of time.
Yeah, interesting. There you go. Good choice.
Thanks. There we go. We have definitely gone over time, so you're welcome, everybody.
Oh my God, you're welcome.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you go back the last few weeks, we've gone over time pretty much on every episode. And, what is time but a concept?
That's exactly right.
So, awesome. I will see you next week, and everybody else, probably see you on the socials before then because you're all fans of Good Movie Monday and you love the videos we put out there. So in that case, I'll see you all tomorrow night on Lucky Dip. But otherwise, see you next Wednesday, Chloe.
Bye.